Hey friends, happy Tuesday evening. It is Melissa with Junk and Craft Treasures on the Junk and Craft Treasures page and the Decoupage Central page. So as you're joining me tonight, if you're seeing this, you're most likely on the replay. So hashtag replay, let us know that you're here. Let us know where you're watching from. And of course, let us know if you're new to either of our pages. So tonight we're going to be working on two different decoupage projects. You know, on Tuesday nights we work with molds, paint inlays, transfers, and decoupage papers. So tonight we're going to be working on decoupage papers. We are going to work on a shell tonight and show you how to do a really easy decoupage project on a shell. And then I'm also going to show y'all how to decoupage a bathroom wipe container. So we're going to do some different projects tonight. So I hope you come in. I hope you hang out. As always, guys, interact, comment, do all the things. We will be gifting some gift cards at the end of the live tonight, or a gift card at the end of the live. So hey Sherry, good to see you. I am going to pop over real quick, make sure that I am on both pages. Hey Selena and Brenda, how are you, my friends? So good to see y'all tonight. Like I said, we're going to do some different projects tonight, but I think they'll be fun. Hey Kay and Darlene, I hope you are doing well, my friend. So let's get over here, make sure I am where I'm supposed to be. Hey Terry and Jamie, good to see y'all. All right, I am where I need to be. So like I said, guys, comment, interact, all the good things tonight, and we'll be gifting a gift card to Decoupage Central at the end of the live. Hey Lisa, as always, guys, I think the hearts will work. We'll see. I don't know. Yay. As always, give us some hearts. Let us know you're here. All the good things. So we're going to work, like I said, on two projects tonight. We are going to be working on some shells, or a shell. And y'all saw that I got some of the flower papers if you were on my page yesterday. Hey Cheryl, hey Diane, hey Marcy, how are you, my friend? So I am going to use some of the papers that y'all may have seen on my page last night for tonight's projects, but I'm also going to use it for another surprise project. Hey Stacy, oh how exciting, Terry, that's awesome. I hope you enjoy working on those hats. Hey Ann and Tracy. So I'm going to take some of these papers and I'm going to work on a really cute trinket dish for, hey Joyce Ann, for one of the projects. We may do two of them depending how far along we get. And then y'all may laugh at this project, but it is a functional project that I want to work on tonight. Hey Laura and Teresa. So this is a container, okay? So we have wipes throughout our house. Hey Christy. Hello, hello. So we take off the lid and we have our wipes and our containers. So this one's almost out, y'all, but what I want to do is I want to decoupage on this and make it cute. So where it sits, it will look super cute. So we are going to work on that tonight along with our shell. So what I need y'all to answer for me, hey Julie, I know. So here is the lid. I am not going to do the lid. It would look really cute to put a mold and some other things on it, but I am just going to use one of these two papers tonight. So y'all are going to have to let me know which one do you think is going to go better with this paper. So here is option A. I know they are, Mary. And if I can get this up, I may move my camera because I think it might be stuck. Okay. Or option B to go with this. We have option A and option B. So here is B again. And here is option A. Your second order will be here Monday or Tuesday. I love it. I love it. Okay, so y'all let me know. A or B. You have wipes everywhere too? Yes, I thought this would be a really good functional project. Hey Tammy, I know, give me some hearts, guys. Let me see if we can get them out there again. Yay! I love it when Facebook does what it's supposed to do, except for the turning the camera around, right guys? Hey Donna, good to see you, my friend. And like I said, we're gonna do a shell too. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep both of my surfaces real quick, and then we will get started. All right, and I put that over there. Like I said, I'm not doing the lid, so I'm gonna put the lid over here. A, because you just use that paper and you love it. I love that. I love that reasoning. Hello, Renee. We're going to work on a shell tonight along with a wipe container. So I am going to prep my surfaces. Guys, This is how I prep my surfaces. If you have another product that you like and love to prep your surfaces, by all means, please, please, please use those products. But I'm partial to these. I like these, so this is what I use. It is an investment for some of these products that I'm putting on here, but your Mod Podge, your dishwasher safe Mod Podge, all those things work just as well. Hey Luann, how are you? I'm seeing lots of people say B, but I'm seeing some A's. Okay, so I'm gonna use Dixie Belle Bonding Boss. You've heard me talk about this before. It is good for slick surfaces, surfaces that don't have texture, that you kind of need that extra little help with. There's also products called Ultra Grip. There's some spray paints if you wanted to spray paint it. So many different ways that you could do it. Heidi says A, Teresa says B. Like I said, I like this. This is what we are gonna use. I need to shake it up just a little bit. Hey honey, I love you too. Hey Mary, thank you for sprinkling. So Donna, what did you use paper A on? Just curious. Tammy's got some purple hearts going. One of my favorite colors besides this fantastic bluish color. I love this color. Love whatever, however you want to say, duck egg blue, vintage blue, whatever. Hey Mary Ann. All right, so I'm seeing some A's, I'm seeing some B's. Again, this is A paper. Do we want to use A? Hey Barb, hey Connie, hey Julie and Judy, or do we want to use B? So A or B for this container. So all we're gonna do is prep our surface. Like I said, this is going to give us a little extra adhesion. It's not a slick surface per se, but it does, I mean, y'all can kind of see. It's kind of shiny. It's not super slick, but I want to get this on here first. Hey, Mary. B, I'm having a mixtures of B's and A's, y'all. Now y'all are going to, it's so close, I'm going to have to decide. I was hoping it would be a landslide between each paper. I know that sounds silly, but I was hoping y'all would all be like A or all B. So are y'all having a good week? Y'all, I have one more day and then I am off for 4 days this weekend. Super excited. Here comes in more B's now, y'all. I'm loving it. So I'm just giving this a really good coat. I was trying to decide if I was gonna do, I'm not gonna do the bottom. I could do the bottom. I don't think we're gonna do the bottom tonight. Love the florals. Yeah, I think they're pretty. Y'all, I've got a really fun project. I hope it turns out like I want it to. But like I said, I've got a 4-day weekend this weekend, so that's what I'm gonna be doing this weekend, is working on the surprise project, I guess you could say. All right, just giving that a really good coat. We've got it coated all the way around. Make sure I get those curved edges. And then I'm gonna stick that to the side. Teresa is screaming B at me. I love that. I love it. Okay, and then I'm also, like I said, I'm gonna use a shell, okay? So I'm sure, and if Renee is on here, she may have another way that she does this. I did a couple tests, and this is what I found for me. Your shell has a slick surface, guys. So you're gonna wanna put something on the shell that's gonna actually adhere to it. If you put your paint on it and all, like if you wanted to paint it a different color and stuff, if you don't have something that's gonna bond that, it's gonna come off. I found that out the hard way because I thought, oh, it'll be fine after I paint it. But no, shell is no different than any other surface that may be slick. So we are gonna prep this and just give it a really good coat, and then we're gonna let it dry. And it actually dries pretty fast on the shell. Pretty fast. So like I said, we're kind of doing 2 projects at one time. Working on something that you hope will turn out great using rice paper and lace stencils. Yes, my friend. So y'all tell me, I am thinking about, and y'all, I know this sounds crazy. I want to do a cow head with the lace and some paint inlays. What do y'all think about that? Like the rose peony paint inlays. I think that would be super, super pretty. Okay, I've got a couple of y'all that are screaming B at me. So we are gonna use B. We're gonna use B, guys. All right, so that is almost dry, which is kind of quick, but let's move this right here because I don't want to mess anything up. I am going to, let me get this dry real quick. You know, it would be fantastic if I had a dryer. That would be fantastic. Hopefully this is my dryer cord. I know something fell when I sat down. So yes, it is. Julie says yes, I love it. That's what I'm thinking, Nikki. I think I'm gonna do that. Do we wanna do it on a live or do we wanna do it on a reel? Live or a reel? So I'm just drying this bonding boss. Hey, Francis and Carrie, how are you? Kay says yes. It is not Stacy, but I am expecting it back like probably after Easter weekend, if not before then. Because it was 2 weeks a while back, so. And guys, I do want to share something with you about our project that we did last week. So I've had a couple of y'all message me, almost dry, asking questions about the outcome. Hey Patsy, how are you? I'm gonna be 100% honest. We did our mouse project last week, and y'all probably caught it when I did it, but I used wax on it. And then I used a different kind of resin that I am used to. And I did not get a good adhesion on the resin and I ruined my project. So if you're gonna use resin over your project, and I don't know why it didn't dawn on me when I was doing it, when I'm like, I'm gonna put a food safe resin on it and all that stuff, that you don't wanna have wax because it doesn't have anything to adhere to. So we'll have to stay tuned. We'll do another mouse project. We'll do another kind of food safe thing on it, but I didn't get to resin it. Well, I did resin it, but it kind of turned like to snowflake crystals. So I did some research to figure out why that happened, and that is what happened. So don't make that mistake in using a wax before your resin. And I know better, guys. I just got so excited with that project. And somebody asked me, well, what would you have done differently as far as the cracks, to get the cracks? And I would have used an eyeshadow. That way I wouldn't have had that wax on the surface. But like I said, everything happens. It's a learning curve. That way I can tell y'all about it. Yeah, I messed up my project, y'all. So Terry is in the process of trying to sand it down for me, and we will start from scratch. Yeah, it happens, Marcy. I wish I kind of would have been live to show y'all that portion of it, like the unveiling of it, but you know, I made a mistake. It happens. I know, Selena. And it was super cute project. It was so cute. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use, and Julie came here over the weekend, so she knows exactly what I'm fixing to do here. So we have a curved surface. We're not using a paper that wraps all the way around. So I'm going to use sections of this paper, and I am going to kind of piece it together, and it's going to look really cute. Joyce Ann. Oh, you know what? I was going to tell you, Joyce Ann, you had made a comment last week about my link through Facebook. I don't know if I told you because I got thinking about it after the fact. I do have a link on my personal webpage that doesn't go through Facebook. It's our Junk and Craft Treasures page that has my DC link on it. It's like on the very first page. So just letting you know that if you ever lose my link, I'm just kind of pressing this down, guys, where this is going to lay so I can water pin it and fray it. But if you ever need to find my link and you can't find it, I do have it on junkandcrafttreasures.com as well as the exclamation DC and all of those things. All right, guys, so we've got a good crease here of where I want this. And so I am going to take my water pen I know it's so pretty. It'd be gorgeous just as a background, but y'all know me. I gotta use my papers for all the things. Oh yeah, I know you had mentioned that, and I thought about it after the fact, but I always forget. I have every link there. I have my Totally Dazzled, I have my Essential Stencil, Decoupage Central, and Torch Paste. So they are all there. All right, and I'm just gonna make sure, because I wanted that flower. Oh, it's so pretty, Maggie. There are, if you saw my post yesterday, yes, it can, Patsy, I agree. If you saw my Facebook post yesterday, I had tons of flower papers. A lot of y'all didn't realize there were that many flower papers at Decoupage Central. All you got to do, guys, is go up to the search engine on the Decoupage Central page and type in flower, and every flower paper will show up. So that way you don't have to look through all of them to find a specific one that you may be looking for. See, so I kept that design to put on the front. Now we have the water on the back. So what I always suggest to dry that before you do your project is just to take your heat gun, your blow dryer, and dry that up. Hello, Lolly, how are you? You got the pink camper one? So yeah, that's all we got to do right there is dry that. And so that is going to be our front piece. And I had it the other direction, but I think I kind of like it this direction. I think that's actually the right direction. So, okay, then I'm going to take off those sides right here, because like I said, we're going to piece it together, but I'm going to go ahead and lay this piece down, and then I'm going to piece the sides together, and I am going to use some fine line crackle today. So, but we're not going to resin it. We're just using the fine line crackle, y'all. You search farm. Yeah, I know. You can search patriotic. I just saw that, Joyce Ann, so I throw that out there. Cows, flowers, farm, like so many different things you could put. Hello, Patricia's Craft Studio. How are you today? Gloria, my friend is here. Y'all, this is my only live this week. So if y'all can give me some hearts and loves and all those things, keep this going throughout the week, and that would be fantastic. Like I said, I'm going to take a 4-day break, and I'm going to do some me projects and relax for sure. Which Julie was here on Saturday, and trust me, I relaxed, but we're going to do some more of that. You can never get the crackle right for some reason. Well, let's do it today, my friend. Let's go over it step by step. Okay, so we are going to grab a brush. That gave you an idea. White trinket bra. Blah, I can't talk. White trinket bra box. Okay, white trinket box. I got it. Hey, Deb. Thank you, Carrie. That's so sweet of you. Okay, so I am, just to make sure, I'm using my Decoupage glue and varnish, but you can use Mod Podge. And I am going to coat this very well on my surface. And remember, we did prep this by putting something that this would stick very well with, because it's a slick surface. And then, y'all, just because, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit to the back. And the reason I'm doing that is because I am not using the iron method or anything like that, and I want to make sure that I get every spot imaginable when I put this down. Okay? And I'm even going to lap it over in the inside. Nobody's going to see that inside when the wipes are on the inside. So I am not worried about that. Relax and refresh. Thank you for the stars, my friend. All right. So we are just going to, I want those flowers more than anything in the front. Let me grab, I was looking for a chip brush, but I don't, oh, here's one. Here's one that's not used. Just gonna kind of pounce this down so I don't have to use my fingers. And then, like I said, we're just gonna come around because nobody is gonna see the inside because it's gonna be closed. And then we'll just bring this down around the edge. And let me put a little bit on the side. Need a little bit on this side. Now, I know sometimes you get nervous when you have to piece sides together, but trust me, it's not as hard as it looks, okay? So we've got, look how easy that was, guys. Look how beautiful that is. I should have taken a before and after. So we had our before with just our regular box size. This is a white container. I'm just gonna make sure this is down in here. It's a white container. We have a gray one and we have this blue one, and I liked, okay, so for this top, Maggie, I don't really have to do anything to this top, so that's why I wanted to use this top. We have another one that's gray and I don't like the top of it, so I'm gonna probably go through and paint the top of it and do all of that, but I didn't want to go through all of that on the live. Hey Kippy, good to see you. Okay guys, now the only thing I didn't think of was the back. So I may have to use the other paper just on the back, which will still be fine, but we'll see. I may, if I do this just right, guys, hang on. Let me judge myself here. If I do it like that, and do that like that, I'm gonna have enough paper. I was making sure I had enough paper for my sides and all the things. I didn't even check that. And I am that person today. You have this box. Are you gonna do it to this box, Gloria? I'm telling you, it's gonna be cute. Gonna be cute. So all I'm doing is fraying those edges. And y'all, Julie and I over the weekend, which I know y'all know this, but if you have pinking shears, it leaves a super cute pattern if you don't want to have the frayed edge look. Pinking shears work fantastic. I know, isn't that pretty? So pretty, y'all. So if you have those, that is another option besides like the regular scissor cut. And of course there are some things like in the craft and paper section at some of the hobby stores that have like things that, little tears, I guess they're called. You can put them in for teared edges. Oh, I do too, Maggie. I do too. I know it's gorgeous, Kippy. Gorgeous paper. The other one's a real close color to it, so if I do run out, I'll definitely put that on there. But I think we're good. I should have paid attention to that when I did, because I do have some left, so I should have paid attention when I overlapped it over the top. But we'll be more mindful this time. And like I said, y'all, sometimes when I do these projects, the little mistakes that happen, like what I just made, may save you from messing up and not having enough paper for your project. Oh, thank you, Joyce Ann. I appreciate the stars, my friend. That is so sweet. So very sweet of you. Okay. So what I'm going to do, like I said, we're going to kind of piece this together. And I want to make sure, darn sure, that I got enough for that back. I'm gonna have plenty. Okay. Whew, that scared me, y'all. Okay. Does anybody else do that? You'll start on a project, you get so excited about the project and you don't like plan the full project, and then you get to this part and you're like, uh-oh, did I mess up? So what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm trying to decide. I kind of like the flower in the back like that. So I think we're gonna go ahead and then I'm gonna come over here, make sure I have plenty, which I do. We just won't overlap this one as much, which is fine because it's in that spot. Just want to make sure. You do it all the time, Helen? I know. That's funny. All right, guys. I'm kind of nervous. I've like measured it 10 times. Y'all saw me do it. I've got plenty of room. Just do it, right? Just do it. I'm even gonna double check myself. We're good. And we are more than good. Oh, thank you, Mary. Thank y'all for the stars tonight. That's so sweet. So, so very sweet. I'm not gonna tell y'all how much money I just spent on rice papers for this project that I'm getting ready to do. That's my me project. But I told Terry, I was like, it's gonna be worth it. Okay, so we're good. We are 100% good. Quit doubting myself and just go with it, y'all. I've done this a million times. Now I'm gonna have these. I don't have my, what do you call it? X-Acto knife with me, but you know what? We'll make it work. And then once again, I'm gonna come back and do it on, I'm gonna dry that real quick. Hey, Lori, how are you? We are doing a wipe container and a shell. So the first half's gonna pretty much be the wipe container, then we'll go to the shell, and then we'll go back to finishing up the container. So I'm just making sure I've got a good adhesion for this. And figure out, I think it was going this way. And again, guys, I'm just going to use my brush just because I don't want to get my hands, because I have coated that rice paper as well. And so it's very, very tacky. So if I do it with my hands, I'm going to get a whole bunch of glue and stuff on my hands. And we are going to create a disaster on the front because we're going to lift that rice paper up with our fingers. Not intentionally, but it's going to happen. Then I'm just going to take my fingers where that frayed edge is. So you see my bottoms. I'm not real worried about my bottoms. I can go back and put something on the bottom. But, all right, so we've got the back side, front side. And this side is still drying, the front side. And then what I'll do, I'm going to let this dry just a little bit. And then I'll put those slits in. But I'm going to wait on that. Then I'm just gonna come over here. And I'm gonna come right about here. I'm gonna go ahead and just tear a slit so I know where that slit is. So we pretty much use our whole paper on this project, guys. But like I said, it's going to be pretty. Okay, so we're going to have everything covered, go in the right directions, all those things. And I might piece this one a little bit different. Well, it kind of picks up right there on those side leaves. But I'm going to take... Now, Julie and I, when we did ours this weekend, we didn't use this method because we used a whole piece on her bird. So we had to kind of line things up a little bit better, but this is gonna be good. Okay. Oh, I know, Mary, isn't that fun when you see a project that's taken off? So very fun. All right, guys, so now I'm gonna put it over the rice paper that we have. Like I said, it's still a little bit wet, but just in case a little bit of it overlaps, we want to have that coated so it sticks. And then we'll take our paper again, dry this little section where that water's at. And then we'll apply our decoupage medium right here. And guys, one of the reasons I'm doing this project too is I know I personally do a lot of wood decoupage projects, but there are so many other surfaces and things that you can do fantastic projects with. I've done knife blocks, I've done all kinds of things over the years, but I just wanted to kind of bring some other things into play for y'all too, to give y'all some ideas. Get back over here. Thank you, Nikki. I know my birthday is coming up, isn't it? My birthday is coming up in, what, a week and a half? 2 weeks? May 5th? What is that? 2.5 weeks? 3 weeks? Something like that. So cute. One thing I'm going to do before I move to the other side, I'm going to dry this a little bit because I don't want to mess it up when I put this side down and we've got that Mod Podge or our decoupage glue on the rice paper. So the rice paper is going to stick to my table. So we don't want to accidentally remove that rice paper, which is trying to go quickly on our project. I know, it's gorgeous. Yes, Maggie, Cinco de Mayo. When I was younger, there was always a party on my birthday. Oh, awesome, Joyceanne, that's cool. Okay, so this is pretty much dry right here, guys. So I think we're gonna be fine. I'm gonna hold it at an angle just because I don't want to accidentally mess it up. If you see me putting some more glue, that's on the inside. Doesn't have anything to do with the outside, but all right, let's coat this. And again, guys, we did treat the surface before we applied our decoupage glue. Trying to decide which way I want those to go. I should have decided that before I did this. Let's see here. I kind of want them to go up. And again, I'm doing both my surface and the back of the paper just because we've got a silky surface and we want to make sure that there is glue everywhere. That's right, you can. Thank you, Renee. I'm trying to decide. Y'all, I kind of like it draping down. I know all my other ones are going. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do the final one. Does it never fail? It's always the final one. Okay. I did. It's called Bonding Boss now, Maggie. So I know you can't find Slick Stick, but it's called Bonding Boss. So we've got this on here. We're gonna let it dry just a little bit, and then we're gonna put, well, you know what, let's go ahead and put our top coat on. Let me get this dry, put our top coat on. You are good, Janet. We are doing a little white box that I think is gonna look so cute, and we're gonna move over to our shell, and then we're gonna come back and finish this up. So make sure. I know somebody asked if I was going to do a whole bunch of caps with the flowers, and I am going to use a lot of the flowers on some caps. I have some cute ideas. Brush bristle there. Now, like I said, we did do both of the rice paper and the surface, so we've got a pretty good adhesion here. The Bonding Boss is Dixie Belle. It would. We should do one of those next week or the week after. Did y'all ever answer me on the cow with the paint inlays? I am, Maggie. I am. We are. Alright, so that's pretty good and dry. I don't know why I was holding it that way, y'all. I could have totally done it this way, too. Alright, so I want y'all to answer a very important question for me, just to see if y'all are paying attention. So if we do a decoupage project like this, I've got to cut these little holes out, y'all, for my thing to fit, to close. So I'm just gonna cut a slit and push it back. But here is my question. When you do a project like this, does it have to cure or is it ready to go? Y'all answer that question for me. I wish I had my X-Acto knife, but I want to get this part done. It's really not that big of a slit, but it's enough to cause a problem if we don't get it now. Yes, my friend, every product, including Mod Podge, has a cure time. So, for example, dishwasher safe Mod Podge is almost 30 days. Almost 30 days to cure. What's another one? Regular Mod Podge, I can't remember exactly, but all of your projects that you use like this, they need to cure. So be gentle. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place, y'all. Just kind of push it back. But be gentle with your projects until they have the full time to cure. And please, please, please don't sell them until they have the full time to cure. Okay? All right, so we did those little indentions. See how easy that was? Hey, Keffany. All right, so now we're gonna do our top coat and then we're gonna set this to the side and then we will move on to our shell. On our top coat, we are gonna do a light coat. You can always go back and put another coat on, but you don't want to do it too heavy because you don't want to rip your paper, especially if there's any chance that it may still be a little bit wet if you're doing this type of method. Really make sure we got those bottoms and those corners where we frayed those edges. I'm gonna blend all that in, y'all. I know it's gorgeous. So I know Renee has done a shell, guys. Who else has done the shells or seen my reels on shells lately? I think I have another one that's posting with the decoupage paper next week. But y'all, I might kind of have a slight addiction to the shells. I think I did that side, but if I didn't, we're putting another coat on there. All right, then we are gonna walk away. We're gonna drop it, but we're gonna walk away because we don't wanna mess it up, okay? Now, if you were on with me at the beginning, we had our shell. We have already put our bonding boss on our shell. Exactly, Gloria, exactly. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pick my paper. That would be a good start. So I love this flower paper. I'm in a flower mode. If you haven't figured it out, I'm in a vintage flower mode. So this one would be gorgeous. So let's do this. This is a quad. This is what's called a quad. Aren't those pretty? So you can use them for backgrounds or like what we're gonna do right now, but they're called quads. So you've got 4 different designs on the one. You know, Maggie, the shells, I got them off of Amazon and I think they were $14 for 10. They're extra large, if that helps, because I do know some people were asking me that today. They are extra large. And I know you've got to get the products to do all the things that I'm doing tonight, but once you have those products, they last a while and you can recoup, you know, for profit if you do sell or do them for your family, things like that. I know, Terry, that was so exciting. You've done shells. Oh, awesome, Terry. I didn't see it. I need to go back and look for that. Did you send it to Junk and Craft Treasures PM? I don't think I saw it. I'll have to look. Now, if you watched me on my live a couple weeks ago, I did one and I messed it up really, really bad because I tried to blend and do all the color things and all these weird things on it, and that wasn't necessary. So hang on, y'all. I dropped my water pen and I am not bending over to get it, so stand by. We can do this, hopefully. I see it. I'm probably, because this is a super, we got it. I was going to say it was super long, so I didn't know if I was going to be able to get it. Girl, we are going to do, we did 1 for 7. I would say 10, 7 to 10, or 5 or 3. I don't know. I mean, whatever. But yeah, we, okay, so what I'm going to do, you of course could do it around the whole thing, but I'm just going to do the design, and I'm going to decide which way I want it to go. I think I want it to go this way. So I'm going to water pen around it. Y'all are going to know how to use a water pen by the time we're done tonight. I like frayed edges. Okay, so that's going to sit in there about like that, and then I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to do them for Happy Mail and gifts too, guys, because I just think they are adorable. Like I said, I'm kind of addicted to doing them because they're so fun. You thought it would just stick. I know, on the shell, you've got to make sure, okay, Terry, I'll make sure to look. Yeah, on the shell, you've got to make sure that you use something that it's going to adhere to, because it's just like any other slick surface. You've got to have something down or it's not going to stick. Now you're using a varnish and glue, so just take the proper steps. I'm just kind of fraying this, guys. And because when I push that down, that's going to come down a little bit. So we're just going to fray a little bit down here, and then we will be good. And guys, the more I'm looking at this paper, I said we were going to do fine line crackle, but I don't know if we're going to do that on that box. I mean, we're going to be a little short for time, but I'm kind of liking it like it is. Okay, guys, so this is going to fit down in the shell. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take this little piece right here. I'm going to do the same thing that I did on the white box. And I am going to, because we've already coated our shell, so we are going to take our decoupage glue on our paper and our shell. So this paper is a quad, so $3.50 for the paper if you did 4 shells. So you could do, let's see, let's make it real easy. For $8, you could have 4 projects that can make you anywhere from $37 to $40 if you were going to sell them. Okay, so $8 investment versus the return on that. Does that make sense? Or you can just give them as gifts and have fun with it like I do, because it's so pretty and easy. I was making it way too hard. Okay, so I'm going to take my decoupage glue. Like I said, we have already put our bonding boss, which is going to help our decoupage medium stick to our shell. I am not painting my shell, but if you wanted to paint your shell at this point, you could absolutely paint your shell. I am keeping it easy because I like easy. I like easy. So I'm just getting this on here well again. And then I am going to tap it in to all of the ridges, all of the things, guys. And I think on this one, okay, so you can say this is upside down, but it depends which way you have your dish. Hang on. I'm gonna leave it like this. So I am using my finger on this, but I don't have, I'm just kind of tapping it in there. Got one little wrinkle right here, so I'm gonna pull that up real quick and just kind of smooth it out. Okay, so we've got that on our shell. No, it does not. I have done that. It does not. My Fusion Mineral. Now, chalk paint may adhere to it. And y'all, this is one little thread of rice paper, so it's really not like a, what do you call it? A wrinkle. It's a piece of paper. Sometimes you have threads in your rice paper, but. Okay, so we're going to dry this. We're fixing to, Maggie. We are. I'm just kind of spinning mine around, guys. We're getting it dry. We're making sure that it's in all the little areas. We don't want to have anything that it's not adhered to. Okay, then I'm just going to take another coat, and you, like I said, you want to make sure you get down in all the grooves, do all the things. And then I'm going to take my Mod Podge. Now, if you have like a dishwasher safe Mod Podge, something like that, you can use that. Just make sure you let it cure. Okay, then we're going to put this up. We're going to give that a quick dry because I'm using matte, so it's going to be matte. And that's what I said, you could do it either way, depending on how you want to have it laid. I know some people are going to tell me that's backwards, but if I have it this direction, it's not. So it just depends which way you have it displayed. And that is up to you, the creator, which way you want to do your projects, guys. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you got something the wrong direction or that they don't like it because you did that. You can do your projects however you want. Okay, so we're going to use some Rub and Buff. And I am going to go, you can use a gold paint pen. I love Rub and Buff, y'all know this. So I'm just going to go around. Get this off my brush. I've been using the same brush, but I'm going to go around these edges with my Rub and Buff. It's about the same. It's about the same, Kippy. You know, some people have said it's about 24 hours for this one, but I am that person. I want to make sure everything is good and adhered and no problems. Okay, so we're just getting this all around the edges. If you were using your finger, it would go faster. I am currently out of gloves, so we are using what we've got. Oh, that would be fun, Kimberly. Because you could use sections of any paper with a design. And as always, guys, when you do your edges, you can go as thick as you want, as light as you want, all the things. Stick with me to the end, guys, because we will be drawing somebody for a gift certificate to Decoupage Central. So if you want to get these, any of these amazing pretty flowers for a spring, a summer projects. Okay, so now we've got that gold around it. And like I said, you can use, what was I going to say? I've got Mod Podge all over my, or Decoupage glue all over my thing. I forgot what I was going to say, guys. All right, so I've got this little, it's kind of a mess, but I am going to use a Fusion Mineral. You can get Rub and Buff at any craft store, So I'm going to use pouring resin. It is ready to go. You just kind of want to, you don't want to shake it, but I'm going to kind of mix it. And then what you do for this particular type of resin, which is what we're going to use in here, like I said, it's a pouring resin. If you do like cells or any type of the acrylic paints, this is what this is normally used for. But I'm using it just to give my shell a shiny finish, okay? So like I said, you can use dishwasher safe Mod Podge, any of those things. But all you do with this is you're going, after it's dry, is you're going to put this on. Can y'all see where it's kind of at? See how it's moving around in the middle? Can y'all see it moving around? Give me some hearts if y'all can see it moving around. Anyway, I am going to roll this, I guess you could say. This is how I did it, and just kind of rolled it around my piece. I do have a little silicone piece. But I'm going to roll it right up to those edges. Just kind of bring it right up. And then I'm going to roll it this way, okay? Okay, good. I can see hearts. So this is not like your art resin or your other resins. Yes, you should probably use gloves. Yes, you don't want to do it as fast as I'm doing it right now. But I'm just kind of showing y'all how it works. Okay, and then I'm going to roll it to coat right up in here. And then I'm going to roll it back this direction so we can get this side. I'm not touching the resin, guys. Like I said, I've done this a couple times since I figured out how to do it, so I'm not touching it. And I've got my little towel right there in case any of it. Okay, so now I've got like probably I'd say the hardest part of the shell. So now, can y'all see how that just kind of, I don't know if y'all can see it. But anyway, so now I'm gonna come right up from here. I'm gonna bring it down the side of the shell. Just giving a good coat all the way around it. And I've got my paper towel there just in case any of it comes off while I'm on the live, because like I said, I'm not being super cautious here. And for some reason, when I use this resin, it gives it a totally different vibe to me than my Mod Podge. So I may add a little bit more here in just a second. I'm gonna add just a tad, because we've got that side covered. So let's add a little bit more. And I'm hardly using any, y'all, but it looks like a lot. I know, so can you see, real quick before I finish, can you see where the resin is versus the not the resin? I don't know if y'all can or not. This side right here doesn't have the resin. This side over here does. Okay. So we're just gonna keep rolling it around. And y'all can see I haven't really dropped that much of it doing it like this, but got a little. I use the little silicone, they're like makeup, what do you call them? Makeup applicators for mask, because the resin doesn't stick to silicone. So, and that's even for your other. This is Fusion Mineral Pouring Resin. One little spot right here. And then we just got this little area right here. So let's get this finished up, guys. Oh no, you missed the whole live. Well, I will upload this on YouTube in a couple days. So it will be on YouTube as well. Now, the only thing that I suggest, if you're going to do this, is make sure that your Mod Podge or whatever sealer you are using, guys, is dry before you do this. Because if it's not dry, I mean, you want it to adhere, you want all the things. So before you use your resin to finalize it, make sure all your undercoat stuff is dry. I'm going to bring it back this way just a little bit to cover that. And then we'll finish this up on this side. I know I'm really concentrating, guys, so I'm not looking at you. Hopefully somebody can answer questions. And like I said, I'm not touching the resin. Your first time, by all means, please use gloves, all the things. That could be the PSA, right? Just getting it around that side. And then we'll roll it back. I know y'all can't see it now, but we're almost done. Two little areas. Now you don't want to pour too much, because what's going to happen if you pour too much is it's all going to settle in the middle. And that's why I don't know if you can use the other resins, guys, because they are self-leveling. And I'm not 100% sure how that would work. couple little areas I see with my ring light. So like I said, you don't want too much on there, just enough so you can do all the things. Now I've noticed with this one too, if you do get an area that's not covered completely and you've got a little bit left, that it'll roll back to that spot. So just covering up a couple little things. Okay, so that's pretty darn covered. Look how pretty that is, guys. And then that'll dry and it'll be super pretty. This is an extra large. So it'll dry, it'll have that gloss on it, and it'll be ready to go, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see how pretty that actually is. Give me some hearts if y'all can see it, but it's so shiny, pretty. How did Julie explain it? She said that looks really high end, is what she said. So it really does look pretty. I've got one little spot right there. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry. Just gonna stick it to the side and let it dry. I'm gonna wipe this off. I am not Kippy, I am not. I just love their products, and I used the pouring resin a long time ago when I used to do cell pours with the acrylics and the, like the, what do you call it? Flow, oh, what's this stuff called? I can't think, flow something, I don't know, but y'all, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this like this. I'm not gonna put any crackle, I'm gonna let it dry. But so y'all can see our finished piece, we have our wipes that will go in here, and then we'll get it on the right side. This goes down right here. So we have our cute container for our wipes. And now this actually pops open, or you can stick them in there without that, but you sure can. The only bubble or wrinkle that I have was like a piece of rice paper that was a little bit thicker, so it's really not a wrinkle, if that makes sense. But I think it gives it character. So y'all, how cute. This is still a little bit wet, so I'm gonna hold it like this. So we've got our Mod Podge surface. I will, I might come back and add some crackle. If I do add the fine line crackle, I'll add that on a reel for you guys. So y'all will be able to see that. And then of course we did our shell. Oh, I know what you're asking me about. You're asking me about the bubbles on the resin. I will be 110% honest with you. I have not had any bubbles with this type of resin. I'm sure Renee can answer that better, that if she has, but I put some heat over it, and being the shell, because it's thin and it heats up real quick, is not a smart idea to use the heat after you use the resin on the shell, unless you're super quick and do not hold it in any one spot. But this particular top coat pouring resin, I don't have bubbles with. I don't know why, but I don't. So y'all, if we really wanted to get to be that person, we could use our trinket dish on top of this as a decoration if we had company in the bathroom. Just saying. If we have them in the bathroom or the kitchen. So, you know, we can use things for all purposes. Yeah, no, you are good, Kippy. All right, guys, let me get over here and pick a winner for tonight's live, and then I will be back next Tuesday. Let me know what all y'all want to see, and I will be happy to do these things for you guys, y'all. That's what I am here for. Let me know what you want to see, tricks, tips, all those things. Let me get over here real quick. Yeah, but like I said, Chris, this is a different resin than like your other resins. Does that make sense? So this is for this particular product that I'm using today. is that? That is bizarre. Hang on, guys. Let me get over there. Let me get over to where I can actually draw a name. I don't know, Maggie. I will look. I'm sure you can get them at Walmart, Target, things like that. They come in different styles and all the things. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you, Gloria. I appreciate you. All right, y'all. If I can read Deb Williamson. Deb Williamson. Can you decoupage the fake leather tissue covers? I bet you can. You can decoupage pretty much anything, my friend. So Deb Williamson, you are tonight's winner. If you will send me your email that's registered with Decoupage Central to Junk and Craft Treasures, I will get a code from Jonelle out to you in the next 24 to 48 hours. Guys, if you are interested in any of the papers from Decoupage Central, you'll know I am an ambassador for Decoupage Central. I should have a link at the bottom of this live, but if not, do exclamation DC as in Decoupage Central, exclamation DC. It will pull up the decoupage papers from Decoupage Central, molds, paint inlays, all the fun things. And then if you go to my page, Junk and Craft Treasures, on that very, very home page, it has all of my affiliate links and stuff like that. I will be live on Friday over there, Brenda, just not on my page. So I will be live over there, but I'm taking a break over here for 4 days for sure. All right, guys, I will see y'all soon on this page, in Decoupage Central page, since I won't be on these two pages the rest of the week. Y'all have a blessed Easter weekend. Be safe, my friends, and I will see y'all soon. Bye, guys.